Hi, everybody. We are live. We have Kenn Bosak here, and we have Antoine DeVuyst as well. We're just doing a Saturday morning stream for everyone. So I think the first thing that we'll do is we'll introduce Kenn here. Kenn will introduce himself, take him through some of the projects that he's working on. And then from there, we're just going to have a small conversation. So Kenn, take it away.
Hey, how goes it? I'm Kenn Bosak. Happy to be here. Appreciate you guys setting this up and doing this for everybody. I don't really know exactly what to say other than I'm Kenn Bosak and I like crypto and crypto accessories. I've been all in on crypto since 2016. Quit my day job in 2018, and I just play with crypto stuff now.
Nice. How did you find out about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in the first place?
Oh, good question. I was buying cannabis stocks in 2015 and I did fairly well. A lot of people were laughing like, you're buying weed stocks. That's stupid. And I'm like, wait, I don't think you understand what's happening here. And one of my friends, was talking about this Snapchat IPO. So I was like, wait, Snapchat's doing a thing? Like, that's cool. I got some money from these, cannabis stocks. Let me see if I could do something adult with it, make another move. And I saved up some money, pulled some money out, moved around, and I was going to get in, I was like excited to kind of get into this Snapchat IPO thing. I didn't really know what an IPO was necessarily because I was like still wet behind the ears when it came to investing, but I did do some research. I saw Snapchat had a contract, with the Winter Olympics, and they were going to do Snapchat spectacle goggle wearable glasses things in the Winter Olympics. And I was like, oh, cool. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I knew that much. When I went to try to get into Snapchat IPO, they said, you're not an accredited investor. You're not allowed. And I wasn't upset. I was just like, oh, okay, that's just the way the world is. So I kind of walked away like, oh, that's a bummer. It went public. So the IPO was like $4. Snapchat went public. It went to $24. I got a little bit of a vendetta. I got jaded pretty quickly, realizing that, I wasn't allowed to buy when I wanted to. And the people that were allowed clearly made off because when I bought when it went public at 22 bucks, it immediately dumped to $8. And I was like, wait a minute. These guys that got in on the IPO got in at $4. They knew I couldn't get in until it went public at, they said 24 bucks. And at $8, they still doubled their money. So they just shorted me the whole way down and made a come up. And it was only because I wasn't allowed to do it at the time I wanted to. And they had that timing, that gatekeeping opportunity. And I was just, this isn't for me. I sold every stock. I got out. I closed my bank account. I was so angry at the system. And I basically was like the psycho walking around with like a suitcase full of, tens of thousands of dollars. Like, I quit banking. I'm just going to be my own bank. And I'm looking at all this money under my mattress and I'm like, well, this is stupid. I got to do something. And that's right around the time Vitalik was talking about the Internet of Things. Andreas Antonopoulos was talking about the Internet of Money. And Ethereum wasn't doing any IPO. It was an ICO. And I was completely allowed to participate on my own reconnaissance. So it was just like one of those things where it was just like, because the opportunity was available, just like the other one wasn't, I could have taken advantage of either, and it worked out. So to me, it was sort of like an exodus from fiat, not so much an investor move. I was just like, I got to get away from banking stocks. This whole thing is rigged. And I didn't think crypto was going to be what it was. It was just like, oh, I can use this Bitcoin to pay for, a vacation on Expedia. I could use Bitcoin to buy something on Amazon with Purse. I was like, I can use Bitcoin instead of dollars. I'm opting out of dollars. I'm opting into crypto. And ever since 2016, I've been all in.
Amazing. Amazing. So actually, what you just told me there, what do you think of the whole GameStop fiasco?
I think it's beautiful. To me, it's just one of those awakening moments for like the people that have been in their echo chambers and their penthouses, that have, feel like the way the game should be played is the way it should be played. And as soon as the people start playing it the way it should be played, but together, they say, oh no, you can't play like that anymore. So even sort of seeing them have that opposite Snapchat event that I got taken, like exactly what happened to me is happening to the big guys that did it to me with Snapchat. To me, it's just, it feels like the universe is finally balancing itself out.
Yeah, that's great. Great. Antoine, do you have anything you want to add in there?
No, that's just a really interesting journey. Yeah, like you had legitimate reasons to get into crypto, and you just saw how like um, the the traditional system can sometimes be very unfair, and yeah, I mean, it's only the start of the journey, right? Right now, NFTs are getting popular. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions on NFTs. But what do you see in NFTs? Like, what are interesting about NFTs to you? Do you see them getting more popular? Do you see them revolutionizing, the world of rare assets, art, and stuff like that? What do NFTs mean to you?
Well, yeah, for me, I mean, I've been involved with NFTs for a while. I've actually moved this over here because, small flex, I got an award at an event in New York City called NFT NYC. There's another one coming up. So
Oh, nice.
I basically made my business card an NFT. And anybody that wanted my business card at the conference,
Oh, nice.
they had to give me their wallet address so I could give them my business card. After I've given away about 150 business cards to CEOs, CMOs, CFOs, CTOs, all the C's of every company that had a booth at the event in New York City, I went on stage and told them I know how much money they have because they all gave me their public addresses, and completely freaked them the fuck out. I was like, I know which one of you has the most money of all of the people here,
Wow.
and it's on you right now. And all you had to do was give me your receiving address for that business card NFT I gave you. So it was a little bit of a utility aspect of a, hey, this is how you can use NFTs. You can make it a business card. You can send it to your friend. You can, send them an updated business card if you change your phone number, because you have all the receiving addresses of your old business card. So if your email changes or phone number, you just send them an updated new NFT to that address that's holding the old business card. And they were like, oh, that's awesome. They gave me an award for this shit. And I was like, yeah, but then there's this whole security thing. Poor OPSEC. Maybe use a wallet specifically for these things, because if you're using one wallet for everything, just letting me send you a crypto kitty is going to let me know I should probably try to kidnap you at the end of this conference.
Well, yeah, and like if you have, I don't know if you saw the Operation, what was it? Operation Hidden Treasury by the IRS. People are watching these things, and they've kind of set out a warning saying that, like, hey, we're watching these transactions out there, so be careful of where you're spending it, because we can see exactly what you're doing when you're sending it from an exchange to an exchange, and where it makes its entry and exit points too, right? So if you think about somebody who had those was maybe selling something on the Silk Road a long time ago that they probably shouldn't, and then all of a sudden then they're trying to cash out, that chain of ownership and lineage there, people can find those coins are, and you might have some answers to pay to, like, tax authorities or otherwise sometimes too, if you're not
I
careful.
talk about financial terrorism a lot. I've slowed down a little bit because of these, whenever I see these like adoption waves, I kind of slow down on what I talk about because I don't want to incentivize things, but I do worry about financial terrorism. If I know your receiving address, I could send you a Bitcoin from Silk Road that I specifically accepted to kill somebody. Now that Bitcoin has a body on it. It's like me putting a gun in the trunk of your car that has a body on it. I could put that Bitcoin body in your wallet. And like you said, you don't know. So you just go to Coinbase to sell it so you could buy some Xbox and PlayStation 5s. And next thing you know, the FBI is kicking in your door because you sold a Bitcoin that's tied to a body on the Silk Road. And I don't think people are ready to see that level of financial attack happen. It happened during the first wave of banking. If I had your account number and your routing number, I could just send you a couple dollars that were tainted from the actual fiat system and completely close your bank account. People were doing this to entire corporations with their account numbers receiving and everything. So it's not something new. It's just a new way of doing it.
Wow. Yeah, that's something most people it's not on their radar.
Yeah, so don't be giving out the wallet that you use all the time. Every time you get Bitcoin or crypto from somebody new, you might want to open a new wallet, or at least have a Tumbler wallet, a middleman wallet, something that you could use to accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, and maybe exchange it, in an Edge wallet for Monero. Take that Monero, send it to your other Edge wallet, your main one, and then trade that Monero back in for your Bitcoin or Ethereum. It sounds like a lot of steps, and I get it. It sucks, but the more of a responsibility you take on being your own bank, the more roles of a bank you have to play out, and that's the bank teller, the security guard, the cyber security side of things. Everything's on you, and there is no such thing as too much protection when it comes to using cryptocurrency, at least right now. Like I said, I could send somebody tainted coin or a very inappropriate NFT, and that could mess things up. People have already done this. The Blue Wizard on Atomic Hub, somebody sent a few inappropriate photos in NFTs, and they were not transferable and they were not burnable. So this person had a bunch of NFTs in their wallet from somebody they don't know that were just completely inappropriate, and they couldn't get rid of them. They're forever there.
That's up to the platform to display them or not, isn't it?
That, or the UI UX of the wallet. So wherever you go, you're going to see it. Really, it's there.
Yeah, that's crazy. You're going to need like these UI UXs to be moderated, right? At some point.
I think they'll gamify it. A lot of these platforms are going to have to figure out how to make a DAO, gamify the DAO, and let the community self-govern and reward them for that work.
Yeah, I know IPFS. They've been really babying that project for so long too, because how quickly even piracy or something like that could really take off on the platform. So they've been really kind of and other not nice things getting up on those things. So and again, that's a way of that you also mentioned, the financial sabotage that could, or terrorism. That is something that.
Have you seen what happened with the virus? Somebody put a virus inside of an NFT to sell it.
No.
Yeah, it was one of those WannaCry viruses, like a 0-day exploit they put up on OpenSea, and all the information on how to execute the virus and create the virus was baked inside of the NFT. And if you bought the NFT, you would be able to unlock that virus that was created.
What, and use it against other people?
Of course. OpenSea did censor the sale, and the person selling it is crying like a little baby. But there's this is my house, and I'm not going to let you sell this in my house. If you want to sell something like this, make your own marketplace.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So yeah, they did censor the sale. They, and the people are kind of torn between it, but it's sort of how I feel about the whole mask thing. If a business says, hey, you have to, all right, I'll go to a business that says I don't have to. That's my choice to walk into a place that, the rules of which I want to follow.
Wait, so are you arguing for the right of people to sell viruses as NFTs?
No, not on a marketplace that they don't own, but yes, they do on their own marketplace. If you want to create your own OpenSea and sell nothing but virus NFTs, I think you should have that right. Well, I just don't think you should have the right to do it on OpenSea. It's not your house. That's their house.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's more that nobody can stop them. The blockchain is uncensorable if they make their own marketplace. Maybe someone could take down their website, but they can't stop them from selling it on the blockchain.
Yeah, and even trying is a waste of time. It's just it's no good for anybody, right? It just makes it more fun for the criminals. As soon as you stop caring about prohibition and alcohol prohibition, it's not as cool to drink like that anymore. Cannabis prohibition comes to an end, and it's recreational legal, and it's not as cool to be hiding in alleyways and smoking underage, blah blah blah. And yeah, I mean, eventually we'll see this get to that point as well. But right now, we're making it fun and cool for all these criminals to play a game with us.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about your NFTs now. I saw you recently put up a website called NFT for sale. Can we go into that?
Yeah, that was an interesting thought I had a while ago. I actually was going to buy a few sites back in 2017, and I was just it really wasn't what it is now when it came to NFTs. It was we had 1% world adoption in all of crypto. And then all of that was like 1% adoption into NFTs. So we had 1% of 1%. It wasn't, something that was really at the time like, oh, I should probably buy these domains. But last year I bought these domain names, NFTforsale.com and NFTsforsale.com, NFTFORsale.com. I bought like the whole combos of these. And I was like, I could probably sell this one day to like Pokemon. Who knows, right? And one of my friends said you should probably start using this to get the foot traffic to make it worth more. So I started talking about NFTforsale.com without anything being there. And it started getting like 1,000 clicks a day. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to start using this website now, or like using this domain and build a website for it. So I started selling my NFTs from Atomic Hub, Wax, and I'll probably start putting up the ones from like Ghost Market and DigiByte. There's so many other blockchains that facilitate NFTs now. But I can send people to NFTforsale.com and I don't have to worry about them ever clicking on a counterfeit NFT or buying something that isn't actually something I made or I'm selling. And it just made it more convenient in that way. A lot of people are copy and pasting and stealing people's artwork and confusing the market when they list it for sale, and people are accidentally buying, fake goods, just like they do when they accidentally buy a fake Gucci bag.
Actually, you know what? Maybe for the uninitiated here, can you maybe tell us a little bit about what an NFT is?
So non-fungible tokens are basically that. They are not fungible. Fungibility, I guess we should start with, is, your $1 bill that you have in your pocket, right? It's worth the $1 bill that I have in my pocket at equal value. If we were to exchange them by handing them to each other, there would be a zero net loss anywhere. It's completely fungible. 1 equals 1. Obviously a $1 bill does not equal a $100 bill, but one $100 bill does equal one $100 bill. When it comes to NFTs, if that $100 bill was the first $100 bill off the printing press, it's not necessarily the same as any other $100 bill that comes off that printing press in sequent order. So, 1, 2, NFTs have those mint numbers, meaning in consecutive order of creation, they're given a number order of creation. The first one created all the way to the last one created. And because of that association to the token, one doesn't necessarily always equal another, because mint number 1, like, a first edition Babe Ruth rookie card may not be worth a Babe Ruth rookie card. A very similar thing with like those first edition holographic Charizards. They're worth a lot more than just a regular holographic Charizard because they were first edition. But now on top of that, imagine that you could find out if you had the very first edition holographic Charizard. So we're starting to just, be able to track that order of creation. So these NFTs that I've created, there's mostly most 420 of each one. And some people like to have like specific numbers that are like, special to them, like the number 22, or maybe they really like the mint number 1s because they think that, the first one off the printing press has more value as a collector. And then some NFTs don't necessarily use this, which starts to complicate things because there's a ERC 1155s and they are technically kind of fungible. They don't use that mint number process where it's like, this is a mint number 1 sword out of 5. It's just, there's 5 of these sword NFTs and you just happen to have 1 of them. They don't necessarily care which order they were created. So they are actually fungible NFTs. So not all NFTs are non-fungible. And I think people are going to have a lot of fun with that moving forward. But right now, if you have an NFT and you can see which one that you have out of how many exist, the lower the mint number, the more valuable and more it's worth. So if you have a mint number 1 of one of my, say, Puff Puff Hodl, NFTs, and somebody has number 100, they're probably not going to, one of the mint number 1's probably not going to want to trade one for the other mint number 100. But maybe they'll take 4 or 5 higher mint numbers for their lower mint number 1. which is just really cool to see, kind of played out digitally, let alone be able to own a screenshot on the internet. We know which order those screenshots were taken.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fascinating. There's even different types of NFTs. Some of them are considered semi-fungible. You can trade a Pikachu card for a Pikachu card. You can trade a, but I was hoping we could actually go and do a screen share and show people the Wax marketplace where all your NFTs are.
Sure. Did you need me to do that? I'm not super set up for that. My Mac just died, so I'm on my laptop right now.
I can do a screen share and you can walk me through it. That'd work.
So sure. I want to shout out what Wax is doing right now with Topps trading cards and the Garbage Pail Kids. See, I bought these at Target and Walmart. You can go to Target, you can go to Walmart, pick up one of these. Inside each box is one of these cards. If you scratch off this silver, protective privacy shield, you'll be able to get an NFT from Wax in your Wax wallet on the Atomic Marketplace. So they're selling NFTs in Walmart and Target on the shelves right now.
I don't know about that.
So I went out and I bought a bunch of NFTs from Target.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is what's happening right now is, the world's going virtual. The lockdown has exponentially accelerated the adoption of virtual engagement and digital goods and services.
That's crazy. I had no idea that they had they're selling these physical representations of NFTs.
Yeah, the box right here is only $20 at Target, Walmart. Every $20 box comes with an NFT pack. So you can get another pack of cards that are NFTs. You can open that one NFT that is a pack. And inside that pack, there are multiple NFTs. So you get one NFT, and inside that one NFT are multiple NFTs.
Oh, wow. So it's not like each physical NFT has a associated digital one. They're different.
Right. Yeah, they kind of have their physical collectibles and their digital collectibles separate. But this is sort of like that, obviously the next step, maybe every card will have a QR code and every card will have a virtual, digital receipt or authenticity certificate of NFT proof of ownership.
So I'm sharing my screen right now. Is it going on YouTube Live? Yeah, I hope so.
So if you click on the buy button, it should take you right to Atomic Hub.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's no Kenn Bosak card.
Not yet. It's actually funny you said that. That is totally in the works. You could also stake my NFTs. So big shout out to Our Planet. If you click on the menu on the right-hand side of the top part of the screen, there should be a drop-down menu. And Our Planet will actually pay you in crypto every hour just for having my NFTs, which I think is really amazing. And I'm super honored to be a part of what they're doing because everything else on that list is like a legit company with legit employees with like an LLC and a corporation behind it. And then there's just little old me. And if you have one of my NFTs, you can actually get paid every hour just for holding it.
I actually do have one of your NFTs. I bought it for $100. Am I dumb?
No, you got the Minting Happy NFTs. I love this one. So this is one of my artists. When we raised money, we got him a better computer. And this was the first like real high resolution NFT art that he could have made for me. So AJ Tunes is my artist. He's a young kid out in India. And I've been working with him for the past like 4 months now. Paying him a salary. I have a kid as a salary, an artist, and yeah, he made that. And every time you buy that, I give him 50%. So that is awesome.
Okay.
So just know that you helped pay, some kids, either, his electric bill or is something, it's really big help for him when people buy these.
Oh, that's cool. Well, so I want to show people like step by step how you do this. So let's say you wanted to like collect Kenn Bosak NFT. So where would I go? I would go to live sales. I would go to
Yeah, you could go to live sales. No, actually, don't go to live sales. This is a different project. That's funny. So scroll down. Yeah, click on anything, honestly.
All right, so let's click on Wizard, and that takes me to the Wax Marketplace. You have to log into here. That's so to log in, you just go here, and you have to log in. You can log in with like your other accounts like Gmail or Steam. So I've already logged in. I have a wallet. You have to get this Wax token. Yeah, so for me, I think what I did was I bought it on an exchange, Bitrex, and then I sent it to my wallet. Yeah, there's a few steps, so it's kind of hard to get on to this platform.
Did I lose audio?
There's a few steps involved, right? Like you have to actually get.
Right. I can't hear, so I got to see what happened.
Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, my headphones died.
Oh, his headphones died here, I think.
Yeah, sorry about that. I can hear you now. My stupid headphones just died.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was just describing the process of like getting started on Wax, and it's not like simple if you're a newbie, because you have to get this Wax token, which is not like the easiest to acquire. You have to get it from an exchange. You have to get the cryptocurrency. You have to get onboarded into that, and you can't really do anything without this Wax token, can you? Like,
no, unfortunately not. But you could go to wallet.wax.io, and they do have an ability to buy with like your credit card or bank account with Simplex. But I know people that live in New York City, because of the laws in their state, they can't use this option. Some countries, they can't use it. So if you see the buy Wax option right there on the right-hand side of your screen on the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a buy.
Yeah, right. They'll walk you through how to buy it with a credit card, Visa, Master. You could use a bank transfer. So it isn't super hard to get. And if you have Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can use Change Now. But regionally speaking, depending on where you live, these options may not be available.
Okay. All right. So let's say you got some Wax. You got an account. You logged in. Then you can sort of just search your.
So these are just for the one that you clicked on. So it filtered everything out that isn't, a wizard. What you could do on that side, click that X right there, and it'll show all of them. And now you can list it from lowest price to highest with the drop-down menu, the filter.
Yeah, one sec. Lowest.
And let's see what the cheapest price one of my NFTs are going for.
Beta, $4. Let's buy one.
Thank you.
Oh, but I have to pay an extra $10 or something? Oh, no, sorry, that's $15. Never mind. Okay,
so it's $4.20 exactly. Hilarious.
Close. All right, so I got it. And now if I want to see that I have it, where do I go?
So if you wanted to see where it went, you can click on that drop-down menu on the top right where your name is.
Yeah.
And then inventory.
Yeah, inventory.
And it should be the first one now in your inventory, depending on how you list it. Yep, there they go.
And now if I want to like sell it for higher, what do I do?
What you could do is go down at the bottom. It says list on market. Yeah, and there's two options that you could do. You could sell it, or you could list it for auction and let people bid on it.
So I have 406 of 420. So I have the 406 one.
Cool. So the cool thing is you don't actually have to sell this to make any of that money back. You could go back over to Our Planet. You could stake it on Our Planet. And after a while, you have some Ether. And you could sell that on an exchange like Alcor or something like that. And you could buy Wax with it.
So what's like how does the staking work? What's the benefit for this platform for me to stake?
Well, their benefit is they have my community, right? That's why they're rewarding my NFTs with their in-game currency. They know that if they reward my community, there's an incentive for my community to come over there and hang out and do something. So what is it that they want my community to do to kind of prove that they have their attention? Okay, just stake, Kenn's NFTs here. And because you're staking his NFTs and we have your attention and, we got your attention from Kenn for staking them, we'll reward you with some Ether. And that's sort of like what they're getting out of it. Our Planet, what they get out of all of this is just a lot of attention from different communities. I'm not the only person on here. There's tons of projects. If you have an NFT, you can stake it. I'm just like the only individual that isn't like a big company that they have on here. So after a while of like just holding my NFTs on our planet, they'll eventually know that they have your attention to play their game. And that's what they really want. That the ether they're giving you for staking, they kind of want you to use that in their game and create these elements and play around in their ecosystem. But because it's crypto, you can take that, ether and sell it for wax, or you could, trade it for Trillium for Alien World's currency or whatever. It's pretty cool to see.
They got on our live stream, so I guess that's good for them.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay. Well, cool.
I did just come out with one that's coming with an airdrop. It's not like I didn't want to make it like a big thing, but if you get one of the Puff Hodl NFTs and hold on to it, I'm going to airdrop an NFT to it. So it's kind of like a buy one, get one kind of a thing. And I just gave away an airdrop to somebody that had a cookie pack. So if you bought a 2021 Fortune cookie pack, I airdropped like 420 cookies to people the other day, and they're already selling for over $4 a cookie, which is really crazy. So, and that was just something I gave away. So it was just something I thought about, like, hey, if people want to buy this NFT, I could just give away another NFT to them for doing that. And I'm going to airdrop this special NFT. I haven't really, released it or anything, but the only way that people are going to be able to get it is if they bought a Puff Hodl NFT.
They're called fortune cookies, you said?
So if you wanted to look for it on the marketplace, it is called the 2021 Fortune Cookie Pack.
You guys see my screen? Like,
yeah, I see it.
Yeah, is that the one?
It's just you and me here. I don't see anybody else in the chat now.
Oh, weird. What happened?
Are we still live?
Yep, we are still live.
Oh, there you go. I don't know where you went.
All right. Well, let's say I wanted to create an NFT. Like, what would you do on Wax? How would you guide people to do that?
Honestly, it's so easy. It's complicated even trying to explain it. Yes, those are the Fortune cookie packs. So if you have one of those, you got an airdrop of a special pot cookie from me, which was awesome. And I'm going to do more, fortune cookie stuff like that. And what was cool was everybody who got a cookie, they got a cookie because they had that pack. And now if you have that pack and you got that cookie, you're only the people who have that cookie are going to get another thing from somebody else. So it's just going to keep giving and giving and giving, which is awesome.
Doesn't look like I can buy any right now. There's none for sale.
Oh, that makes sense. Probably. Go to click on market. Yeah, you're on Explorer. That's why. You have to click on the market tab on the top and specifically search for it here. Yes.
All right.
And always go lowest price. You always want to make sure you're at the lowest price option. No, stop everything. Stop. Lowest price. You're going to FOMO.
Yeah, you're right, dude. You're right. There we go. $30. Damn.
Wow. They were originally like $10. So they tripled in value since I gave away my cookie to the people. So before I gave away my cookie, these were $10.
All right. Well,
and after I gave away my cookie, they 3x, which is awesome because this is not my project. But I wanted to kind of bring some value that I may have as an NFT creator to my friend's project. So I was like, hey, if you guys have one of my friend's NFTs, I'll give you one of mine. And then, all of my friends were like, oh, wow, I need to get one of your friend's NFTs now to get one of yours. And all of his previous NFT supporters kind of benefited from that collaboration.
Right.
So it's really about like teamwork and rising the tides of all the ships together.
And how do you do that? How do you do that airdrop? Is there functionality for that? Or?
There is a smart contract. You have to get waitlisted and approved and all that stuff. But there is like these functionalities and tools that are available, and it's not too hard to get a hold of. But they just don't give it to anybody because again, I could just airdrop inappropriate things very, very easily.
Well, you could probably write your own smart contract and do whatever.
Yes, you can, but exactly, you can, but they just don't give anybody, you know, that stuff that's already built because of that.
And
so if you want to create your own NFT creator, and then as you can see, there's multiple links here. So it actually says like, first thing you're going to want to try to do is get whitelisted. And this is just going to show them that, you know, you're not an anonymous, synonymous, or unknown person. You may want a public, you know, Twitter account that's using your real name and not a dog photo.
Is this how you created your NFTs?
So yeah, this is exactly how, and the steps that you can take, and we didn't have this, so now you have what is that? Any observation, and you have crypto stash. There are 2 videos that are right there that you could watch that are going to walk you through every step of how to make an NFT. Okay. And there is a pink network article right to the right of those options. So with those 2 videos and that article, I've actually helped probably 100 people get into making wax NFTs, and everybody that has ever made one told me it's a 24-hour learning curve. That's it. Can you think of an easier on-ramp than a 24-hour learning curve?
Oh, it's definitely easier than Ethereum, like I have to say. I mean, yeah, I mean, but okay, so I need to get whitelisted. So how is it hard to get whitelisted? Do I just?
They are very backed up. It's been about a 90-day waiting period.
Wow.
But what will help you kind of move up that list is if your community are buying your NFTs even before you're whitelisted. And if you make multiple assets instead of like 2 or 3 NFTs for 90 days and waiting, you could, you know, if you establish your credibility on your own, it'll help you move up that whitelist.
I see. Interesting. So do you have any NFTs on Ethereum? Just random.
I did, and I burned everything I had on Rarible because I don't feel right letting my friends pay gas for NFTs. I don't care how much money I can make off of it. It doesn't feel clean. I feel so dirty every time I see a Rarible NFT sale. I see that stupid lightning bolt and I just feel guilty. I'm like, bro, I was trying to sell you like a $20 NFT and you spent like $15 in gas on top of it.
That's the thing, right? Like it is basically like a minimum amount that makes it worth it to actually sell on Ethereum.
There is no such thing as a $1 Ethereum NFT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you could go buy a 10-cent wax NFT right now on the marketplace.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah, it seems like Ethereum's kind of, you know, people are catching up, and they're kind of catching on to what they did. So it was like Ethereum was kind of like the first, and they had the benefit of just being first to market. But you have other things like Cardano and Polkadot and everything like that that are starting to catch up. And
yep. Sounds like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash to me.
Exactly.
I love Bitcoin. You know, it was the first intro, but I tell you what, I don't use it as much as I use Bitcoin Cash. And that might get me a lot of heat, but I got into crypto to get away from fees. I didn't get into crypto to pay some stranger more fees than I was paying Visa. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I just opt out of fees, and I like feeless economies.
Yeah, it seems like for me, Bitcoin Cash is kind of what I originally signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a bait and the switch, and it's like, well, we're just going to change to like, you know, you're using Bitcoin wrong. You know, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Talking about this segue, like if everybody started using Bitcoin Cash, the fees would be high on that too.
Oh, for sure. But that's why I love, you know, altcoins. I think everyone's going to pick whatever color coin they like whatever the logo shape is or design, that's going to appeal to them. And that's great because that'll actually offload all bandwidth congestion. And I'm cool with that. I love that there's Litecoin community out there. They just use Litecoin, and you know, there's the Ripple XRP army. Like, that's cool, fine. Like, let's not all jump on one blockchain and clog up the bandwidth at once.
People use
and there's going to be different purposes for different blockchains, right? All the time.
Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, dude, these purposes aren't the same as Pokemon cards' purpose, right? But they still have their communities and fan bases and buyers.
Well, that's cool. All right, so I was maybe thinking of showing someone how to create an NFT. Let's see. Actually, let me share my screen. So yeah, so you can just create a new collection. You have to
yeah, you have to create the collection first, and that name is
Hold
permanent.
on. Give me a second here before we go ahead here. I got to get it shared on for everybody watching YouTube right now. Just give me 1 second. I'm just resizing the window here. There we go. All right, now we're sharing. Now we're sharing it.
Maybe let's call it Bitcoin Bay.
Oh, and there's no caps, so there's no capital letters. It has to be, I believe, no more than 12 characters or exactly 12. I think it's no more.
Exactly 12, right? That's kind of annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10. Let's see if it works.
No, it won't, because I believe it's going to have to be 12, but because it's using the EOS blockchain for this naming, and right there you should say like above that 12 character limit, no caps, no special letters, all that. Okay. You can definitely use your capital letters and spaces underneath though for the display name.
Yeah. So let's just do this.
And all of this can be edited later. The only thing you can't change is that first name that you typed in at the top, but you can always go back and edit any other part of this creation process.
So what about the market fee? Like, what's a good market fee to put in?
Average is 5. More corporate, probably like projects that are, really pumping new content out a lot, they're setting it to like 10% because they're putting that money back into the economy. Like they're reinvesting the secondary market fee that they make back into their projects to buy more art and hire more artists. Me personally, I set mine to 15% so I could try to disincentivize like pump and dumping or quick flipping of NFTs. I don't want somebody to come in and buy 100 of my $1 NFTs because they think they could sell it for like $1.50. I set the market fee high enough to maybe disincentivize that, but not hurt the ability to make a profit maybe on my NFTs potentially, because if somebody does want to sell it, they're going to have to sell it for more than 15% over what they paid to make a break even or a return. So the people that are selling are actually having to sell over because of that 15%, which is increasing the value of the holders by a minimum of 15% per sale.
So I guess I'll just put low Bitcoin Bay. That's 12 characters.
Wait, what? Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Oh, and if you put the market fee, is that like baked into the smart contract?
You can edit this all the time. So actually, I've been thinking maybe on holidays, like some special holidays, like 420. I'll probably set my fee to 0, and that way I don't make anything off of anything that's sold. And it maybe will help people, motivate people to start buying and selling on that day because there's 0 fee.
All right, let me create this.
So it's almost like a Black Friday event. Like that's what I'm thinking. I could do like Black Friday event because I could set the market fee to 0 one day, and that's a 15% return for everybody now.
Well, it says transaction failed.
You didn't have an image, so you might want to set an image. Depending on what you have, you might not want to share this.
Yeah. No, let me privacy. But I'm not sure if I have a Bitcoin Bay logo handy. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so for the market fee, but that doesn't stop people from trading it over the counter though, does it?
No, and I think that what we're seeing right now with the Beeple, right, like $69 million NFT, those market fees on top of that aren't small. Like it's significant when you're in those millions.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to start to incentivize more over-the-counter negotiations and more OTC peer-to-peer dealing. The problem, though, and this is really interesting, is the game theory of it. If I sell that $69 million NFT over-the-counter, OTC, peer-to-peer, without it being reflected on the market, is it worth what you just paid me for it if it's not recorded, right? Like if I sold it to you for 200 million, who would know that you paid 200 million unless it was on the market and recorded and established? And this is what we're seeing with Bitcoin right now. Tesla got into Bitcoin with $1.5 billion acquisition That was OTC. That was not on Poloniex or Binance.
Yeah.
So it was not reflected on the market. So it took a long time for that to actually show up on the market cap. And that's what could happen with NFTs. It could have that double-edged sword, you know. Yeah, you might want to try to get away from these really high fees, because even 2% on a $69 million NFT.
On your motivation for buying. If you're just trying to acquire it, you don't really care about the publicity or the impact it has on the market, right? So like if you just want the asset and that's all you care about, then OTC is probably the way you want to do it if you're avoiding the fees.
Yep.
But also, what was I going to say? If wait, yeah, I think I lost my train of thought. Let's continue.
Sorry, I got to get running in about 5 minutes. I have a podcast coming up at noon.
Yeah, no worries.
No, that's fine. I think we're ready just to kind of shut her down too. So,
I was going to bring up a point. So yeah, we said OTC, but another thing is, what if there's another marketplace that becomes popular? People can sell and avoid the fee. Is that possible?
Absolutely. And I think that's what people will do. And I think kind of touched on that earlier with the OpenSea virus thing is, you know, celebrities used, you know, Twitter and Facebook when they first came out, but then eventually they built their own websites because they could, you know, have a full, you know, category of everything they're doing on their own websites. They were like, wait, I can make my own social media. I can make my own this. So I think these celebrities like Beeple will probably have a Beeple marketplace, Beeple auction house. It won't need OpenSea or Rarible. These will all be the starter, like the appetite, you know, palate cleanser thing. Like people are going to get into this, get a taste of what it's like. And then they're going to be like, that tastes good. Let me have the whole thing to myself. And they're going to make their own marketplaces. So that's where I think they're going to see like, oh, dude, you know, Atomic Hub's taking 4% of every, you know, whatever, 2 for this, 2 for that. Rarible has theirs. Everybody has market. These celebrities or people that are becoming celebrities now, thanks to this, you know, boom in NFT art, they're going to start to make their very own NFT marketplaces specifically to get away from those market fees. And that way, as an artist, if there's no market fee, you could actually set your creator fee a little less. So like if it's my whole thing's all mine, then fine, 1% would be more than enough. I don't need to set it at 15%.
Yeah, and it gets into the whole debate about artist royalties as well. Like if you have people buying and selling with no secondary market, it's just kind of like, what does the artist get if the value of their NFT goes up like to $1 million and people are trading it, and maybe the artist will see nothing of it. And this, a lot of people are thinking about how to bake in royalties somehow so that the artist can benefit from the success if their art just goes super high in value.
I do feel bad for the old school artists that have made NFTs before those contracts were available, and their art has been bought and sold a million times, and they have seen nothing from the secondary market sales because these curator fees are pretty new, so to speak, right? Like if you have NFTs that you made out there from like 2017, like me, that business card NFT I got, that wasn't like an option. You know, people were going to buy it and sell it from each other. I wasn't going to make anything. It wasn't they didn't think about including that into the smart contract.
You gotta model your own NFTs, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Let that be the lesson. If you make NFTs, hodl your own NFTs, at least partially.
At least one of each, right? I mean, why not? It's almost like, you know, if Elon Musk sold all of his Tesla stock and stuff, like what sense would that make?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. It's been really amazing. This is going to be recorded. You know, everybody's going to see all the low prices of the Kenn Bosak NFTs in March 13th, 2021. And yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, if you guys are in the Miami area, hopefully, Mike, you can make it out there. That'd be cool, guys. You know, Miami, April 21st to the 23rd. There's a Miami crypto experience. I'll be there teaching a hands-on seminar for how to get into Wax, make their first NFT listed for sale. So if you're an artist and you want a hands-on on-ramp, come by. You know, I'm happy to help. I'm going to do a seminar. Oh, and Wax gave me a bunch of special NFTs to give away in Miami. So that's cool. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. I think
Yeah, thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah, I feel like Mike didn't get a word in edgewise. We're gonna have to do this again.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Have a day, everybody.
Bye.